I'm big. I have an Orioles hat, and the Orioles don't have any good players, or I'd have an Orioles jersey. I do wonder for the Orioles what the price on a Chris Davis jersey is now, because they can't be selling them.
I think it's rude to ask.
Yeah, there's no way they have sold one in a long time, unless it was a joke. So, wonder just what the cost is. Wow. That's a really good hand for our top player. But okay, sorry, my brain. I was trying to figure out like why their hand was so good. It's because they lack of lands. Okay, got it. Because there's only 4 out there. I was like, that hand is awesome. Oh no! Woo! Oh!
Oh! Oh no!
No.
It's been a while.
Oh no!
I haven't seen that in a while.
Mufasa!
That's great.
Is nasty. Tails End. Taking care of the fabled passage. Emma, you are a delight. That is nice. You got a shark. In for 4. Down to 9.
That's being ahead on the table with a really good hand and then stifling someone's fetch. That's swinging on 3-0. And we approve of swinging on 3-0 on this broadcast.
I'm big on that. I'm a big. You know what I also like? The horn that is being honked outside of my window right now.
Okay.
Okay. Looks like somebody decided to act like a citizen.
That's
nice.
Someone outside is honking. It's possible they just saw Emma stifle a fetch land. They just might have the show on in their car, you know?
Yeah, that's fair. That is very, very fair. We're gonna head back. Oda's way. See what we got here.
Good looking hand.
It's not a bad hand. It's gonna look good when you can't cast any of your spells. Down to 5. How about this one? You heard about this thing? In there. It's Hero. Shark Typhoon was not a bad draw. Not a bad draw at all. All right.
Yeah,
that'll probably clean it up. That means we'll be getting ready for a 3rd game here in just a moment. No second tail. No.
You can have that one.
The Tails End Fear. That's what I'm here for. You don't even know. I'm doing a deck list check. There's one main deck copy of Tails End. Like that sound. Not one in the man. Just when it's good, it is a delight tonight. We're up. Sure. Up to 8.
Yeah, I think Shark plus Nissa should get it done here.
I think I agree with you. Excuse the yawn. Fabled Passage. Sure about that?
You sure you don't want to sack that now?
Yeah.
You might not get another shot.
You want to do it now? Yeah, it's been a minute since we've covered Legacy, and I don't even think Stifle's ubiquitous in Legacy anymore. Those were the days. Those were the days. Cycle Shark. Let's get ready for G3, shall we? Andy, Oda, G3. Take a look at the board. Wilt, Cultivate. Hey, there's me. Miller Time in the middle. John Hall on the right of the graphic. StarCityGames.com is where you can get all of your Magic the Gathering news. We're talking daily news, top stories, SCG Tour updates, especially for the SCG Tour Online in the midst of COVID-19. Events that are happening on Magic Online, Magic Arena, and so many other places. Previews, because remember, Zendikar Rising previous season coming up soon.
Mm-hmm.
Tell you what, coming up right around the corner. I know it kicks off at the end of the month, and yeah, that's right. So 22nd of August, because what? How is it already that?
First set I worked on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, fire up your tweets about everything you hate about Zendikar Rising at Basic Mountain. That's going to be exciting. Cannot wait.
Yeah,
Game 3.
Yeah, definitely tweet at me with whatever you don't like. I'll make sure to respond with my pay stubs.
Yeah. Beautifully. Well done. Emma, take a look at this hand Emma's keeping. 6 of them. 7 of them now. Those are lands, by the way.
Is that hand just all lands?
Yes, it's all lands. That Emma kept. Mulligan kept.
Yep. No, I think that's a fine. If you have a cycler,
I think it's fine.
Thought Scour proof.
Swing and a miss.
Now they've mulliganed.
Another land.
And now we're cooking. Now we're on even footing.
This is getting a little odd.
I think you gotta play
untapped.
You gotta play untapped. You gotta bluff something. You gotta bluff it.
All right, Narset's in. Okay, not the worst part I've ever seen.
I think this is the game. I think this is the manner in which I play the game much differently than everyone else I watch. People who are worse than me, people who are better than me, whatever. Yeah. My dual ace is come and play untapped.
Yeah, same.
Just
who cares about 2 life?
They can think about it. What does the 2 damage matter? Almost never. But what is a pause, a play around negate worth? Potentially quite a bit.
I agree. So negate and Tameo are the cards that have been added to the hand. We got a Triumph to cycle. What spell are we going to play? Presumably we're going to be playing one. Uro. We fight over this thing? Probably just going to cycle, right? We got nothing going on.
Yeah, I think you just got to let this go and try to spend your 3 mana this turn, smooth it out a little bit.
Yeah, Uro the draw. Okay, so you don't really care that much about that. So you cycle the Triumph. Got to get something cooking here. All right, Hydro Crisis pretty bad in the face of Narset. Emma doesn't know about the mystical dispute that's in hand. There's a fabled passage. Kick it.
An embarrassment of riches here.
Indeed. But I'll remember last game we watched when we jumped into this. Oda's hand was full of all the goodies, but there was a lack of lands, and Emma was able to win. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen again, but it's possible. Okay, well, there's a land. I mean, it's obviously unlikely. The Assault and Ramp decks play so many lands to facilitate what they're doing, so it's extremely unlikely that anything like that does happen, but...
The delta in live cards plus Masatoshi having a Narset, which cuts out a lot of Handy's draws. Every land that Oda finds here is like a significant increase in win percentage. It's not small, because that's really the only hope that Handy has here is enough missed land drops where she can draw enough gas and sneak something through, and that's getting harder and harder to pull off.
Well, here's Uro. It's funny how mediocre to bad Uro is in the face of Narset. It's still good, but it's just so much more average as opposed to the busted card that it is. Gustamania. Just got to bottom this thing.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, strikes me as undesirable to draw.
Yeah. Alright, let's see what's next. Could be Tameo with Dispute backup, which doesn't seem too bad.
Is there enough to escape Uro there?
I don't have a great look at the graveyard, unfortunately. I mean, it's close. might just be where we're going. I mean, it seems like it's going to be a formatted spell. Like, it's either Uro or Tamiyo with Dispute back up. You try to Gust, I dispute it. I have a thing on the battlefield. Things get a lot easier from there.
Yeah, so, I guess the concern here
go ahead.
Is what happens if you put the shields down and Handy untaps and plays Nissa.
Yeah, that's a real concern.
That's the, how do you play around that sequence? Because that's Odo's very far ahead, but that's the sequence I think that's probably the most dangerous. Gives Handy the best shot of getting back into it.
Well, it's time to peel, right? It's Emma's best draw by far. Is peeling Nissa, killing Narset, playing Krasis. Yeah, and It was a mystical dispute that was drawn, so that's not what the doctor ordered. I think that was the window. I don't want to say the window's closed on this game, but it might be now. Because even just playing Hydroid Krasis, like tapping out to play it, it's not even good.
Right.
And that's part of the reason I think that a lot of people started cutting this card from the deck. Shark Typhoon is in much higher numbers than Hydroid Krasis nowadays. I'm not entirely sure if I agree 100% with that, but I can understand why people have made that move, to which is just less Krasis, because it doesn't appear to be that strong in the mirror.
The deck is light on destroy target Planeswalker. It doesn't have a lot of that going on. So the problem with Krasis in the mirror match is it's multidimensional. One, if they have Narset, then it's not a card. Two, even in the spots where you can leverage it, too often your opponent gets to go, okay, kill it, untap, land a Planeswalker. And a Planeswalker that resolves in this kind of matchup can be worth way more than whatever the 3 cards were that you drew off of your Krasis, because you can't just kill the Planeswalker, and if your opponent just spends off one of the plays you make with a negate or dispute, then you're just buried. So the floor is awfully low, and the ceiling is, not that high in the context of the things that you're able to do for 5 or 6 or 7 mana.
Yeah. I agree with you. So Krasis came down. Mystical Dispute is left available. Emma playing that one more or less face up. Not that hard to figure out. Well, here is
You missing?
I mean, you got to dispute it. This is interesting. You get back and land. Yeah. Okay. So land, eliminate. Okay. So similar situation to last turn, right? If
it's a similar situation, except that Handy is now down the best card she can have if she unlocks the Narset.
Yes. All right. Well, it's not the worst place to start. Op doesn't do anything. Well, it doesn't do anything on your turn. Gust does do something-ish. It's better than nothing. So what, you just knock out Tam Tam? Like you say, you got to start somewhere. And because Aether Gust is known information, if you don't use it now, it's like, okay, well, Oda can just play around it. So...
Yeah, I mean, maybe you just want to try tagging in the draw step.
Okay, sure. Typhoon's the draw. Nissa Who Shakes the World's a name. It's a miss there on Tamiyo. Another Gust. Alright, minus it. Ugh.
Brutal.
It's just one of those days. Yes, brutal indeed. Brutal indeed. Good lord. Emma, that's even more humorous because Emma, mulligan to a 7-lander, puts a land on bottom, flooding out, and now Narset just swing and a miss. Oh, boy. Sometimes it's just like that, though, right?
Absolutely.
Shark Typhoon, yeah, you get it. Shark Typhoon gonna be a 4/4. Shields are down, Gus can fire off on Samuel now. And that's the Fabled Passage. Sacrifice that. Let's dig a basic on up. Of course, going to enter the battlefield untapped at this stage. And we're going to Gust with the sacking of the Fabled Passage on the stack. So that means no matter where you put it, it's going to get shuffled away. We're fighting back.
Very nice play here from Handy. Unfortunately, Oda equipped with the second Tameo. Doesn't really matter. It loses one forever, but still tight sequencing.
Yeah, gotta get your minor victories where you can. We got a big follow-up, perhaps?
Just playing super conservative, leaving mana up, leaving the counter spells up.
Yeah. Gust it. Well, is it time to fire off that negate? Someone says on the battlefield.
No. I mean, you can, I suppose. It's just.
Yes, you don't need to. What do you care?
You're so far ahead on resources. Like, who cares?
No, yeah, you're right. Fabled passes a draw. Cute. That ain't it.
Even Uros, you get back to it eventually.
Yeah. Oh, is that the deal? That's how that thing works. Pretty good card. Uh-oh. Patrick.
Do we have a logout? Oh. What's up?
101.86 Milwaukee.
Getting tight.
Here they come. Your Orlando Magic, for all you Magic the Gathering fans. We all root for them together for our love of the game. Uros on the battlefield. Breeding Pool's untapped. That's a Shark Typhoon. Boy, that's going to have to be the best Shark Typhoon of all time. It's not going to happen because there's a Brazen Borrower. The more I play with Brazen Borrower, the more I see people play with it, I'm just so consistently impressed.
It's a really nice design.
It's really good.
It's not the most efficient distribution of power, but it encourages the right things. It's flexible. There's enough rate that it just gets played 1-2 copies in decks.
I like that. I like that it can only block flyers.
Of course, yeah. It's really hard to convert it into a card reliably, so you have to be kind of interested in attacking to be able to make it worth the sum of its parts.
The card that it gets compared to a lot, understandably so, is Vendilion Click, and the fact that Vendilion Click can chump block or, it doesn't generally beat anything in combat because it has 1 toughness, but it's like, yeah, no, that I think Vendilion Click should only be able to block flyers too.
Yeah, it sucks how much of the rate of that card is in just trading with attackers.
Yeah, trading like a 3/3. Tameo. What are we gonna do there, Tam? Tam the O. Eliminate. We're gonna cycle.
This is on upkeep.
This is on
Oda's upkeep.
Yeah, on Oda's upkeep because of the Narset that's been on the battlefield since turn 3. You can see why players have gone to 4 copies of that card, just because of how important it is in the mirror.
Yeah,
making Uro bad. Makes so many cards bad in the mirror match. Go ahead.
It's been busted.
Yeah, it really has been, right?
Sometimes the game on the battlefield gets out of control and it just cycles and dies. It's not 100% to knock someone out, but anytime it gets played earlier with protection, the advantage for the caster is so huge.
Yeah. It's just it's a lot. It's a lot. And that's gonna do it. Masatoshi Oda is going to win this match over Emma Handy 2-1. Moving on to 5-1 and one step closer to another Sultai ramp deck into our top 8. Could be joining Ari Lax, who is 6-0 and a lock for top 8 now. We got to figure out who those 7 other people are going to be. Could be our mono green player, Brendone. We'll have to find out, but that's not for Patrick and I to do. That's going to be for Ryan Overturf and Todd Anderson to do. They're going to take you through round number 7 here after this break. See you soon.